Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome or welcome back to Stars Aligned Oracle YouTube channel. Cat Star here with a message that Spirit wanted to bring through for you at this time, Aquarius. Now, this is coming through as a timeless reading. Timeless meaning whenever you come across this message, non-dependent on date or time, and it resonates with you, it is for you. Okay. As a reminder, my readings are for entertainment and are general in nature. They may or may not resonate for everybody, so please do take what is for you and leave what isn't. For those of you liking and sharing the videos, thank you so much. It does help others to be able to see these messages that might not otherwise. Also, I want to give a huge shout out to all of the new and returning viewers and subscribers. Thank you also so much for being here. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. All right, so these are the cards that Spirit indicated through the pre-shuffle for this reading, for this message for you, Aquarius. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 here. So I don't know what these are as Spirit indicated them in the downward fashion. So we're going to learn all of this together. We're going to see what is happening. Okay. So the first card here, Aquarius, is the Keeper of Scales, fairness, balance. It is number 38. So what is actually coming through here, even though this says fairness, balance, is that some of you don't feel that things in life, or that your life, or what's been coming in or happening throughout your life, or even just recently, is fair or balanced. For some of you, you're feeling as if things are very unfair and unbalanced, right? I'm getting that, saying that life isn't always fair coming through here, Aquarius. So some of you are just really feeling that maybe finances are unfair, or maybe you've had like an unfair been dealt unfair cards, or what have you, or that things aren't balanced out, like your situation, your life, what's going on, the events, that sort of thing, maybe leading up to or all throughout your life, or even in this moment right here, Aquarius, don't feel like they're balanced. You maybe feel like your friends or your family or people around you, coworkers, that kind of thing, have gotten an easier break, that things are balanced more in their favor where they maybe haven't been in yours. So that's interesting energy coming through here at the very beginning of this reading, Aquarius. So notice where it is that you feel like life maybe hasn't been fair for you, or where the scales maybe have felt like they have been balanced, more towards other people, or situations, or that kind of thing, and more against you. This is interesting for this to be coming out here, Aquarius, in this reading, but this is a message that Spirit is really wanting some of you to hear. So for those of you that have been feeling as if life is unfair, where things haven't been balanced, Keeper of the Scales, this is like that energy of keeping track, Aquarius. If you're keeping track of like how many amazing things happen for other people, or how finances change for other people, or how they this and that, but not you, right? This is like that keeping track kind of energy, the Keeper of the Scales. So some of you have been keeping track, or feeling as if life is unfair, or things don't balance out, or maybe it's more difficult for you than for other people. Then if that's how you've been feeling, this reading is definitely for you, Aquarius. Now we're going to find out more, because we don't generally, or specifically, and we may not, but know whether this is in regards to health, to money, to relationship, or what this is in regards to. So hopefully as we go, we will find out more information. Now, the next card you have here is the Camel Boy, small steps, asking for help. This is number 33. So, what Spirit's putting out here, Aquarius, within this message, is that there's a potential that some of you are staying in that kind of keeping track energy or mentality, instead of stepping up, taking small steps and stepping up and out of that to make kind of changes within your own life, or how you feel like things are unfair, or it's not balanced, right? Spirit can give you nudges. Spirit can excuse me, like throw some synchronicities, some numbers, some messages out there. But if you're not open to them, then you're not going to be catching them, right? They're just going to float on by, and you're just going to continue in that mindset, or in that place of life being unbalanced, or life being unfair, or everybody else's life turns out fabulous and perfect and wonderful for them, but not yours, Aquarius. Your life is not, right? Keeping track of all of the things. It's almost as if you're like you have like this everybody else's life kind of scoreboard going on, and then my life, and how they have all these beautiful things and all this, have love, or have kids, or have the money, or have the house, or have the cars, or have the job, or have the amazing family, or get to go on vacations all the time, or have all of this whatever it is, right? That maybe you want, Aquarius, you're keeping track of that, but you're not taking the small steps. You're just keeping that scoreboard or keeping track, but not really taking steps to get yourself out of it, and or asking for help. If there's somebody that you see, right, that seems like they have it all together, which, that's the word seeming here with the air quotes, is that part, because even though we can seem like it 9 times out of 10 behind closed doors, or something potentially else going on, and that's just normal life, Aquarius. That's just normal life. It doesn't mean it's good or bad or indifferent, just how life kind of rolls. But ask those people that you kind of see, if it's family, if it's friends, that you're like, man, their life just always works out. Everything's always great for them. Everything's going so well for them. Ask them how they do it. Ask them if there's any little secrets. Ask Spirit for help. Ask Divine for help. Ask God for help. Whatever word that you use that resonates with you here, Aquarius, because it's definitely semantics, right? Whatever you ask for help, please do help me with this situation. What is that I need to know? Right before you go to bed, ask your higher self, your subconscious mind, your unconscious mind, right, for help. What can I do to, feel like my life is moving in the right direction, or to take action to move my life in the right direction, right? Also, those words, the kind of affirmations, or the positive kind of statements that just came through, you might have to rewind it, Aquarius, that you may be saying about other people. Reframe those, rework those to being affirmations or statements, positive that you say about yourself, right? That you say about yourself, okay? But small steps in asking for help are going to assist you within this situation, or within this life, kind of chapter of life or season of life. Now, you also have the wise woman of Wonderland, integrity, compromise. Okay, so some of you, make sure that whatever it is that you're kind of, the steps that you're taking, or the asking for help, the way that you're staying with integrity within yourself, within kind of, what is right, because we have an idea, we have a knowing, Aquarius, of what is right and what is wrong, what is truly right and what is truly wrong. And, we always want to stay in the space of for the highest good of all. Some of you really need to make compromises. Some of you are really, really stuck in certain places, certain ways. And there's no flexibility at all. And then you're saying, oh, but I shouldn't have to do anything. But life needs to be more fair and more balanced for me. I shouldn't have to take action. I shouldn't have to take small steps. I shouldn't have to ask for help. It should all just be flowing in and there for me. And to that, Spirit is saying, Aquarius, it doesn't really work that way, okay? We need to be able to open up and make compromises, right? The wise woman of Wonderland, when we think of Alice in Wonderland, right, that was all kind of, which is kind of what's coming through here, at least like with the outfit and sitting on the mushroom and that kind of stuff. That's kind of what's coming through here. Alice in Wonderland, a lot of that was fantasy. Okay, and we can live in a fantasy world, and oftentimes, if we're manifesting, or like doing visualization and that sort of thing, Aquarius, it tends to be, or feel a little better to live there. Kind of that delusional word. That delusional word came in another reading recently as well, but it's coming through here again. But make sure you're using integrity. You're in the highest good of all, or for all, right? And that you're also in the space of compromise, being willing, like you have the rabbit here as well. See, being willing to actually take action or take steps, be willing to compromise, be willing to, know that asking for help isn't a sign of weakness, but a sign of strength, right? Being willing to be flexible, be willing to be open to different things, right? To kind of balance out those scales, where some of you may feel like the scales haven't been very balanced. What else do we need to know? We have the Arrow Master, hitting the mark, intention and detachment number 10. Oh, and this one is number 21. I didn't say that there. So the arrow master, hitting the mark, intention, detachment. Okay, so hitting the mark, Aquarius. Some of you really will, once you kind of get out of the space and or move into that space of taking the small steps, asking for help, being in integrity and being open to compromise, you're going to start hitting the mark within the situation. Set the intentions for what it is that you do want, Aquarius, but also once you shoot that arrow out, right? Once you shoot that arrow out, detach from it, trust, know, believe that the universe is open and always listening. The universe, higher self, divine God, whatever resonates for you, your angels, your guides, are always listening. They're always listening. That's why we want to really make sure that we're paying attention to where we're feeling like life is unfair or unbalanced, right? Or somebody else's life has is better, or right, where we're keeping track or keeping score, of course. We want to make sure that we're paying attention to that and that we're noticing how it is we're talking about other people's lives in comparison with how we're talking about our lives. Then we do want to take those small steps and, begin to kind of shift that or take action. Also, be sure that we are asking for help. We want to be in integrity and we want to be able to be in the space of being open to and or flexible towards compromise, knowing that sometimes we need to give a little to get a little, and or where I can see, for some reason what I'm seeing is that like tug of war, the rope and two people pulling back and forth, but we don't need to be in that space. Of course, we can compromise, we can be open to compromise, and we can be happy and feel that balance and fairness within that as well. So right, but you're hitting that that mark, you're hitting the mark, but that you're setting that intention as well throughout these kind of steps. But then, of course, then the next thing is to detach and to trust that you've shot that rocket or that arrow out, of course, and that universe, spirit, divine, God, angels, ancestors, whatever it may be, higher self, higher power, will bring to you what it is that you set that intention for, because you have shot it out there. You have done some work to get into this place, Aquarius, where things are coming through for you. Will it happen overnight? It may take some time. It may take some time to get you out of this keeping track or keeping score kind of energy into this energy of opening up and being willing to, kind of do all this work. But detachment is going to bring it in much quicker. If we're always looking for it, noticing, keeping track, keeping score of the fact that it's not there yet, then it takes that much longer because we're noticing it's not there, and so then it can't be there, right? It's kind of seems like the way that it works, right? All right, and the next card is the sacred union, partnership, romance, number 27. So, okay, Aquarius, this is where this is coming through. For some of you, this is about love, about romance, about a union of two hearts, okay? This is really interesting. It does have to do with romance because that romance is right there, partnership, romance. So some of you have really been noticing, paying attention to, keeping track of how other people seem to always be in love, be in relationship, even be married and or find somebody after a marriage has ended to start something new. Some of you have really been keeping track of that, but you're keeping track of that and noticing, feeling that it's not fair because you are a lovely person, male, female, you are a wonderful catch, you are right, you have all these amazing qualities, you've accomplished so much, you've done so much, but why is it that love is continuing to elude you? Why is it that you haven't had that sacred union? Well, Aquarius, this is where we're at. You need to maybe step out of that space, right? Because when you're noticing that, you're kind of keeping that away from you as far as keeping track or keeping score, the keeper of the scales energy. When you're noticing that everybody else has it, but you don't, you're staying in that lack state, okay? You're staying in that state of scarcity. And for many of you, you're kind of not out there looking or putting yourself out there. You're staying in that state of, oh, I don't have love, marriage is not for me, whatever it may be, romance, I don't find the people, other people find, all that good stuff. So you're staying out of that, so you're not actually taking the small steps to put yourself out there, and you're not asking for help. This could be asking spirit to bring your love the love of your life into your life. This, it could come through in so many ways, Aquarius, but, or I am happily married, depending on what it is. If you're looking for the union, the partnership, the romance, then say things that kind of bring that into your reality, Aquarius, and or your perception, right? That you're even looking for that, because when we are in this space, we tend to stay out of that. We tend to be in that lack, and we're not even putting ourselves out there, and oftentimes we're not even open to, or like giving off that energy of that aura to other people, that we are open to that. Also, ask for help. People that you know around you that have been in relationship, ask them, do I like give off this energy? Am I like standoffish? Is it, do I what is the word, do I intimidate people? Do what is it? But it also stay in integrity, Aquarius, because sometimes we want what other people have, and that could mean their partnership, their actual person, and be sure that you're in integrity, Aquarius. Stay in integrity. Also, be sure to compromise, because sometimes what it is that we think that we want comes in a different package than what we thought it would be. So be open to that also, and also set that intention, which it sounds like many of you are doing. You're hitting that mark, that arrow or that rocket has been shot, Aquarius, and Spirit always hears you. Okay, you're setting that intention. Maybe some of you need to really get clear on what it is that you do want, instead of just being like, hey, I want that perfect man or that perfect woman, I want that perfect relationship. What have you? Set the intention. What is it that you actually want within relationship? Okay, is it something similar that you've had in the past? Probably not, because you don't want to probably continue that pattern or cycle if potentially it didn't work. And if this is where you're at, there's that big potential it didn't work. Okay, but then also detach here, Aquarius. Okay, but that sacred union, that partnership, that romance, is something that Spirit has heard, divine, God, universe, again, whatever resonates for you, has heard and is working to bring towards you. But Aquarius, you need to do some work and some steps as well. Okay, now the next card that you have here is the Queen of Light. Illumination, enlightenment, celebration, number 15. So Aquarius, for now, this isn't gender specific, but that Queen of Light energy is coming through as your energy, Aquarius. So some of you are being illuminated and reaching into this kind of alignment energy. Now look at this. On each side there is a scale, but there is that light that is coming through, Aquarius. It's more so on this side and here, right? But this is the same. This energy is coming through as your energy. So some of you have been in that space where you have felt that things are unfair. There's an imbalance coming through. Okay, it's almost as if this card came through reversed. I don't do reversals, I go off the energy, but that is the energy that's coming through with this specific card, Aquarius. And you've been keeping track, you've been keeping score of other people, other relationships, kind of how that's working and or not working out in your favor, Aquarius. But you're moving into this energy of that Queen of Light energy, right? And Spirit is working to bring this sacred union, this partnership, this romance into your life. You are being asked to step up to the plate, Aquarius, and do some work as well, right? It's not up to just Spirit to bring this in, especially if you're in this lack kind of scarcity mindset. You've got to meet and match Spirit to bring this in. But it does look like that this sacred union, this partnership, this romance is where you are working towards, and they're setting intentions toward. Now, Spirit has already said that you are hitting the mark within that, Aquarius. You've shot the arrows or rockets, and or you're moving into that space, that energy to do that. This energy and this message is here to enlighten you, to illuminate the areas, Aquarius, so that you have that celebration, that love that is on its way in. The time frame is up to you, Aquarius. The time frame is up to you. How quickly are you willing to kind of go through these steps, do the work to bring that in? Okay, but this is you coming in here, Aquarius, for that union, for that. Oh, and then you have the Ice Queen coming in here. The ideas preserved, non-action, entitlement. This is super interesting, Aquarius, because this energy is coming through as a mother figure. Now, this could be your mother figure. It could be a soon-to-be mother-in-law. It could be, but this is coming in as a mother figure energy, the Ice Queen. And it's coming through that way, of course, because oftentimes we have this energy as a mother, or and that doesn't mean it's right, but it comes through that way. This energy and again, non-gender specific, could be male, female. It's not about the gender, it's about the energy, but also it's coming through as a mother, but it's also coming through as a father energy. So take it as it resonates. It's almost like this energy of not good enough for my baby. Okay, whether male, female, non-gender specific. Again, even here, the Queen of Light, non-gender specific, but there's we hold these ideas of what we think as parents, or what our parents may think for us here, Aquarius, of what is going to be the best person. And sometimes the person that our child chooses is not that, right? That idea is preserved. We hold on to ideas, and the entitlement, the non action is coming through. This is number 28. This one was number 15 as well. The non action is coming through as kind of holding that idea. And when something else presents itself, Aquarius, sometimes we don't feel like that's good enough. So instead of actually, doing anything, we can say a lot of stuff, right? But it's not like, almost like we don't want to lift a finger to help, is what's coming through here, Aquarius. So some of you may notice that one of your parents, could be a friend, it could, however this comes through and resonates for you, Aquarius, may not want to kind of help very much with this union and or this potential marriage, because it does feel like there is a marriage coming through here, Aquarius. Okay, so some of you are moving into that energy, but again, how quickly that happens is really, really much dependent on you. Okay, oh, now the next one you have is the Lady in the Mirror, reflection, non-judgment, number 44. So look at, you have the Queen of Light, like illuminating, bringing that through, and the Queen of Ice coming through here. Isn't that super interesting? It's almost as if this energy is a mirrored energy of one and the other, okay? That reflection energy. So potentially, Aquarius, potentially some of you have been in this energy here of not fair, unbalanced energy, due to this reflection or this mirror kind of energy that you potentially saw your parents put out there, one or the other parents, or a family member, or somebody else, right? And or this energy that is completely the opposite. I know that doesn't really make sense, but sometimes we see certain things, or we, kind of go through certain things in our life that we decide that we're going to go the completely opposite. We're going to take a different road. We're going to do something different, right? And so, depending on how this comes through for you here, Aquarius, some of you may have done that as far as love and union go, because that is where this is coming through big time. But there is reflection. You're also being asked within this Lady of the Mirror to reflect on the energy up here, Aquarius, with non-judgment, and see where you can and or need to course correct to bring this partnership, the sacred union, this romance, potentially this marriage, because it is coming through with this big energy of marriage for some of you, into your reality, setting that intention. Also, that detachment energy. Okay, you also have Sisters of the Season. This is really coming through with bridesmaids energy, Aquarius. As much as I am really working to, keep this is definitely coming through with kind of this feminine energy, or female energy, because this is coming through as bridesmaids energy, Aquarius. So I'm not working to put this out or attempting to make this be about a female reading, or that sort of thing, but that is kind of how it's coming through. Okay, so this is Spirit's message. So there may be some women out there, or a couple of women out there, that have really been, having a difficult time keeping score, feeling as if love and romance in their life is unfair. There's this unbalance where all these other people are finding this or that, or and some of them are really being kind of judgmental about it, like how come she keeps finding romance or love, or gets divorced and finds another man right off the bat. Why? What is so special about her, kind of? So you're being asked, Aquarius, here to move into like this reflective stage, and to move out of judgment, move into non-judgment as far as that goes as well. But there is this seasons of the sisters, cycle of growth, natural law, divine order. This is number 17. It is coming through within this message, Aquarius, as bridesmaids. So some of you are getting ready to get some bridesmaids together, or have been thinking about that. Thinking about the different areas, right? Setting that intention, getting those ideas. That is part of the process here, Aquarius. Okay, but you also have, some of you are going through cycles of growth, beginning to see, beginning to understand, kind of potentially the energy that maybe you're putting out there. For some of you, this goes back to that asking for help energy. You've been asking other people around you, and you're getting that energy. Okay, others, there's an order. So some of you needed to go through some things, have some learning lessons, have some things before this union or this potential marriage came in. And then the last two cards here, Aquarius, because this reading is getting awfully long, you've got the web weaver and you've got the sun dancer. Synchronicity, divine intelligence, cause and effect, and you've got joyful activity, celebration of life and abundance, number 4 and number 32. So Aquarius, you are coming into this beautiful union, and right, this everything starts lining up, but it took divine intelligence and you, cause and effect, moving into kind of that aligned same energy towards the same thing for this to come in. There is a marriage coming through for some of you. For others, this is that romance coming through, that divine union, okay, coming together. The sun dancers, that joyful activity, celebration of life and abundance. There's a lot of love and joy around you, celebration around you, Aquarius, because you have celebration here within that energy of your card as well. So, right, some of you have been wondering, some of you have been keeping score. It's time to really move into this energy of taking action and knowing, Aquarius, like finding out, asking questions, that sort of thing, but knowing that Spirit always has your back, but you also need to take some steps in that right direction for this sacred union, this love, this romance to come through. Okay, beautiful energy in this message from Spirit today, Aquarius. I hope that it resonates with you and for you. If it did, please do hit that like button and share this video. It does help others to be able to see these messages that might not otherwise. Also, feel free to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time I upload new readings. It is free for you to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and it does support the Lucky Stars community in growing and thriving. It's super interesting, the messages that come through, because I had not expected this, and I'm sure you didn't either here, Aquarius.